Physical media, Black Friday, all of that stuff is kind of midnight releases. All of that stuff is kind of taking a backseat to the internet. I mean, we all love the internet, right? But it has many downsides, and one of those downsides is destroying physical media and Black Friday. But I mean, ultimately, it's probably best for all of us consumers that Black Friday dies, and probably best for the workers, you know, spend more time with your family and less spending money on shit that you don't need. But, I kind of had a feeling with Walmart no longer selling physical games, supposedly after this year, after the holiday season, and then Best Buy no longer selling physical movies after this holiday season. I knew if I didn't get out and like shop and film a little bit, that this would be my last opportunity. I don't see myself going out. I mean, I might for nostalgia purposes or just to hang out with people, but ultimately I feel like Black Friday is over. I know there is a channel called Future Proof that did a great video on the downfall of Black Friday, or the ending of Black Friday. And one of the big reasons, I think I'd say almost like 60-70%, who knows, of the death of Black Friday is the fact that retailers kept expanding it. Like it would be like, you know, Black Friday at 6 a.m. or, you know, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. on Black Friday, and then it would go back to like midnight, to the point that people were camping out, or that it would start at 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving. Well, to put it in perspective, this year Walmart technically started their Black Friday sales on October 9th, because it was like an arms race to who could be the earliest, or who could be the first one to start their sales, and it definitely shot them in the foot. There's no way that's helped them, because a big driving force of Black Friday was the absolute insanity and the feeling of FOMO and waiting outside with people and almost killing each other over fucking $5 toasters. Was a big driving it was a big part of why we would go out and drop tons of money on stupid shit we really never needed in the first place. I know the Future Proof video also mentions, he also talks about how, you know, you no longer see like the 80% off or the doorbuster sales that you would in years past. Like, I think he said the average, or most of the discounts now are 25 to 30% off, which I don't think is enough to drive people to leave their families and go to the fucking store at 6 a.m. or midnight to buy shit. Another part of it is too is like, why wouldn't I sit at home, click a button, and just have the shit arrive to my house exactly what I wanted? The convenience of that versus, you know, missing out on your family or sitting out with strangers. But like with midnight releases or Black Friday in general, you were forced to talk to people you didn't know. You're forced to talk to people that shared interests with you, that lived near you, like you know, especially midnight releases, because you're all there for the same game. And I think back on like good memories I have of Black Friday. It's just, you know, hanging out with your buddies, like when you're in high school, or, you know, right after in college, and everyone's got free time, and everyone's staying up at ungodly hours, and they're not working normal 9 to 5s. It was fun to go out with your buddies at like midnight, like spend all day with your family, and then at midnight go run around stores with your friends and buy shit you didn't need. And there was something about being in stores at like 2 a.m. that felt weird, or like just, it was just out of the ordinary. It was just fun to run around with your boys and just hang out. And when you're done shopping, like go to Steak and Shake. But the Kung Flu really stop companies from being 24 hours. It's hard to find a 24-hour business. The only one I can think of is like Sheetz or gas stations. There's nothing like that anymore. I think the companies realize, like, shit, man, we're saving a shit ton of money by just closing down. We don't have theft. We don't have payroll of going to, people just to stand around. So, of course, we're going to put the kibosh on it and use the excuse of the Kung Flu as a way to get rid of the excess fat or the things that are costing the company money. Walmart used to have like timed things, so like this, you could buy this at 7 p.m., you could buy this at 10 o'clock, you could buy this at 11 o'clock. So you would get these like Black Friday magazines or whatever, little promotional things, and you would plan out like your night, like 11 p.m. I gotta get the fucking I gotta get the Family Guy Star Wars Blu-ray. I have to be there for it. Dude, I'm gonna get that one. And dude, this fucking toaster, definitely getting this toaster at midnight. It's $5. And TVs were big too, but I mean, how many TVs can you sell to somebody? I mean, what do you buy a TV? Maybe once every 7-8 years? But ultimately, it's probably for the best. Let Black Friday die. But it's also kind of depressing because these box stores, they're not doing well. Physical brick and mortar, as they call it, right? I feel like everyone's uncle, like, oh, Amazon killed brick and mortar. It's done. But it's kind of depressing because I grew up, I feel like the late millennials, Black Friday was our shit. I don't remember a time before Black Friday. Black Friday was always there, and now it's gone. It's kind of probably not too healthy. I talk about Black Friday like it's a family member or something, but it, like he mentioned in the video, he talks about how it was like it added to the holiday. It was, Black Friday was a retail holiday. That their greed and their not understanding of what Black Friday was, they fucking killed it. It was dead. The first place I went to was Walmart. Man, I hadn't been to a Walmart in a while, but they have totally remodeled Walmarts. They modernized them. But this time, all of the Black Friday stuff was back in the electronics department. And you had to go up to the counter and ask the worker for whatever the item was on sale. And I was there probably 20 minutes after they had opened. And the store honestly felt like less busy than a noon on a Tuesday. There wasn't enough people in there to even warrant, to even consider this was Black Friday. Now, I know Walmart's getting out of the physical video game sales. I think now they'll just sell consoles and controllers and shit. But I remember video games being like $10, $15, $20, like $20 games that used to be $60, and it was worth it. But this time there was you'll see in the video, there's a 5-foot by 5-foot little cardboard display with maybe 20 different titles in it, and none of them were on sale. It was just slightly on sale. It was an okay price. It was actually kind of depressing. I mean, physical media is dying. Well, it's not dying per se. I just think the way there's some Blu-ray channels I mentioned that she had mentioned that it's not dying, but it's the way we purchase it is changing. Meaning you won't go to big box stores anymore and buy physical discs. I mean, even the video game sections look completely different. I'd never gone to Black Friday alone. There would always be like groups of friends to go with, or a couple family members that wanted to go. And last year I had met up with Casey, and that was it. And then this year I was going to meet up with Casey again, but his back was hurting from he carries a really big purse around, and his back was hurting from all of his makeup that he puts in his purse. But no, Casey couldn't go this year, so I went alone, and man, I think that it's really added to the depressing nature of what Black Friday is now. When you're there alone, and it's no longer a social thing. It was pretty lonely. But, I mean, what are you gonna do? Life, shit changes. Stuff doesn't stay the same all the time. But it is very depressing. Walking through Walmart and GameStop reminds me of those hidden cameras of the hidden camera that you saw in like people in North Korea, like the diplomats that would film in North Korea stores, where you'd be like, hey, can I buy this? And then they're like shocked that someone wants to buy something because it's all fake. It's a facade, that it's not real. And I don't know, man, it's very odd. I think GameStop is dead. I think they're done. I don't even know what I would buy from them. I went to Best Buy after that, which they were busier. There was definitely a lot more people in there, and a little bit more DVD displays than I thought. But these sales, the Blu-ray sales and 4K sales and shit, have been going on for like a week, 2 weeks now at this point. So the displays are super picked over. So there was a lot of, you'll see in the camera, the footage, there was a lot of empty spots and empty places. So ultimately I searched around and settled on a couple things at Best Buy. Best Buy was a good place to end the 2023 Black Friday, because it was the least depressing, the least North Korean. I think the way to do Black Friday, as somebody that likes physical media and likes buying DVDs or video games, is to go. There's a Play It, Trade It in Columbus that always does great Black Friday deals. That's a great way to get my fix for, that video game store feeling. And then there's Half Price Books. And God, I hope they stay alive, because if they go out, that's it would be purely the internet at that point, right? For buying. It's kind of ironic, because it's the reason physical media died, but also the internet will be the last lifeline, the life support of physical media. Meaning that's where you'll buy it, because you can't sell it and have a physical, like, brick and mortar stores anymore. We just worked bullshit jobs and played video games and all hung out, but now we're married and have normal 9-to-5 jobs. And Casey, I hope your back feels better, man. But you feel fucking old as shit when you're the only one out at Black Friday and the other person that's supposed to show up with you, it's because his back's hurting, his back's sore. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I don't even want to be here anymore. It's like, damn, I'm getting old, man. I think my generation, or people that think like we have a real problem of not letting go of childhood, like not moving on, and we're hanging on to we're not growing up and we're hanging on to a lot of nostalgia, and I am probably the worst person at that. So it's sad seeing, you know, in my life, the video game stores, the movie rental stores, the movie theaters, being such a huge cultural thing. Malls being such a big part of culture. Even to now think that Walmart is suffering is a weird thought process. Growing up, Walmart was that titan. Walmart has a fucking bigger GDP than most countries, right? Walmart was savage. They just killed people left and right. And then now to see that they're also struggling and not being able to get customers in for Black Friday. I don't know, I feel like this is turning into a podcast now at this point. Probably with my last purchases, physical media purchases, I will make from Walmart or Best Buy, which is, like I said, this is such a crazy thought to have. Like my whole life, that's where I bought my DVDs and video games, was from box stores. But this might be some of the last physical media I buy there. The 4K was very picked over, but after searching around, I did find one movie I was looking for. And for $7, I picked up Heat 4K, which I've never seen, but I hear it has like insanely long shootout sequences. And I've seen YouTube videos breaking down that it's some of like the most realistic firefights. I don't know how I'll be able to watch that and tell, but yeah, Heat for $7. And then the last thing I bought was Dead Island 2. This was the last copy that was in there. It's on sale for $35, which is it's better than eBay or Amazon. And I purely want to play this for the dismemberment and physics, the ridiculous gore. But yeah, which buying two things says a lot about this. For me to buy two things says a lot about the state of Black Friday. You know, I would buy, you know, several consoles, stacks of games, get all into it. But this might be the last Black Friday for me. I don't know. But it's weird that it's like I lost a friend or something. All right, that's it. Black Friday 2023 is easily the most depressing Black Friday. But that's it. Thank you.
Bye-bye.